This day, a short catch-up video talking about the link between Harry Vardon and the way Harry Vardon developed what some people call his triangle, and it tended to be at a 45-degree angle, which is what we've talked about over a while on the channel. And right from the get-go, when Done Golfing was sort of conceived, we've been on a journey, if you've been an over-the-top swinger of the golf club, to try and pretty much stop that. Although, as Tom Watson said, every swing needs a bit of over-the-top, because if that club doesn't come out in front of you, then you're in big trouble. But obviously you don't want that happening at the top half of your swing. You want it happening down about waist high. Now, there's some interesting conversations on other channels that we've followed for years. Cooper Osborne Golf is one of those, and he really did bring to the fore the mechanical aspect of what we're doing on this channel, in real time, experimenting. And then Marcus at Zen Golf, Marcus Bell, he's a very much like instantaneous feel type coach, pro, has a very different way of teaching golf. But if you watch his students on his videos, they all start swinging this way, right? And it's very much as I'm standing to you, trying to change your thought pattern about how you swing the golf club and where it's got to go. So when you're obviously addressing the ball, if you're right-handed, you're in this position. And when you swing back, obviously you're in this position here. And we are told, or the belief is, that you have to swing the club on the railway lines. I know we're going to have this debate again about the parallel railway lines, right? You can think of that as the edge of this screen, right? There's your flight line, there's your heel line, right? So flight line, heel line, flight line, heel line, okay? So heel line, flight line, right? So when you're up here, you're thinking that you have got to like drop the club like down on, but you're actually dropping the club on this 45 to waist high, and then you're keeping your back to the target, and then you're coming through, and voila, the club is now on the flight line, and you have huge amounts of power because you've got a club that's dropped. Mo Norman talked about the vertical drop, but that's kind of like what throws people off. Vertical is up and down, but vertical is on a plane which is 45, and then it comes through because your body has to rotate to hit the ball. This top half can't just, you can't like stay here, because you would never get to the ball, right? There you go, look, I'm just dropping it. How am I going to hit the ball? You're nowhere near the ball, your club's still behind you. So unless you do this little bit here, which is only like you're this here, and then it's just whoop, and you're through. It's the simplest move in golf. Harry Vardon had it down, and obviously the modern game has completely distorted all of that. And power has been the buzzword, right? But the average golfer, me, you, unless you're a professional willing to just do stuff that normal people don't have time to do, you'll never get that swing. But this swing is really simple. And we've been exploring ways of how to get in to this Varden setup, where some people say it's closed, but really that's just to engage your backswing so that you can do this move here, and when it gets there you've already come through. Remember, in the golf swing is only 1 second, right? So there is no way that you can really control what's going on. All you can do is set in motion a takeaway, which gets you then into a position that you can deliver that ball, the club to the ball, 100% of the time in a way that gives you good flight and hits the ball. Now, because we've established that basically if you can get into this position here, which is nowhere near where the ball is, because the ball is over here, and then from there your natural swing will just take you there, because everything's going that way. Like, that's got to turn, that's got to turn, and you've got to be matched up, so your top half and lower half are matched. It's like this is quite a good jacket to show you, because you've obviously got your spine line there in your head, remembering that really you've got to be behind the ball. No pro is ever this side of the ball. If you get this side of the ball, this is where your over the top comes, because it is the only way you can hit the ball or get the club to meet the ball. Whereas when you're behind it, a la Jack Nicklaus and all the greats, you're delivering this smack, which is at the back of the ball, and you can therefore deliver it, what everyone terms, inside to out, right? And what we've been doing on the course has been tremendous, because when we've drilled this, when we've hit it, when we've taken it to the course, it's just a nice tight draw we're getting with every shot. I mean, like, it's lovely to watch. I mean, the ball's much more neutral in flight as well, because it's not spinning as much. You're delivering a shallow strike as well and compressing the ball, giving it the right amount of backspin. That's getting really technical. And I don't have access to a TrackMan, although I'm trying to get a local pro to sort of give me an hour, half an hour with a TrackMan so that I can show you the numbers, because the numbers really back up what happens when you change this swing. Anyway, there's a number of ways we've been discussing to get into this position, right? And you've seen me set this, bring my hands round after I've dropped it in the Varden triangle, dropped it there. So then I know I just have to go back, down, and this part here's taking care of itself. But you're all matched, so that's why the ball's going so good and going so straight. There's another way of doing it though, because this arm here and your hand, like if you're putting your hand out here to shake someone's hand, this is your lead hand. If you turn this like that, and this, you'll feel this engage all the way down, and you grip the club here, and this hand goes here, like that type of idea, right? Then you'll find that you can do this swing here, and you will never be able, see how that goes up like that and comes down, right? You will never be able to reach the ball without that bit at the bottom, okay? So then, that's what we're talking about. You're now pre-loaded or pre-locked or set to swing the only way you can swing to hit the ball, which then means that it's absolutely automatic. This is why we keep talking about, like, once you've got this, it's like riding a bike. So even like the last week there when I was out playing with David from Glenbervie, good friend of mine. Alright Dave, I don't think it's actually been on a golf course for maybe at least 10 days. And yeah, the first hole was a bit rusty, didn't really have time to warm up. But as soon as you get like warmed up and start to play, there's very, very little that can go wrong. You just start hitting fairways and you just start hitting greens and reg, and the putter becomes something that's your friend. You're no longer fighting with the putter, because you've established this with the putter as well. So therefore, just like Bobby Locke did, you're locked in. There's very little that can actually go wrong. So rather than me go over and over and over and over and over this, right? It's very, very rare for a YouTube channel, right, to actually go and say, I want you to go and watch Cooper Osborne golf and subscribe to him and watch the videos, right? And watch them all and take your time watching them, right? Because it's not everyone who lives near this guy that can go and get lessons from him, because he's in America, right? But if you watch what this guy's telling you, which is going back, just like what we did, all the way back in time, Henry Cotton, Harry Varden, right, decoding what they did and showing you how to do it. And then from there, it's very simple for you to find it yourself. And then you can watch Marcus at Zen Golf, and you'll see he maybe talks about things and shows whoever he's teaching a different way. Like he uses turntables, he uses things to make your weight change, things like that. But if you watch, all his students fundamentally end up finding this. It's a 45-degree angle. It's behind them off the railway line, dissecting the railway line at 45. If the club drops on plane, that's the key, on plane, then you can come through. Now, so to recap, how to get this yourself is find Cooper Osborne Golf, subscribe to him, watch his videos, watch a couple of Zen Golf with Marcus Bell, then come back and watch some of my videos again, and then from there you'll have a full understanding as to what is actually going on. Because I'm not a coach, I'm not a pro, I'm just taking this and making it something that I can use in my golf swing. But this move here, where this matchup, everybody thinks your hands have to be this way. But once you get the actual code that this is how your hands need to be. It's the most unnatural thing in golf to think that, hang on, this is actually how your hands are meant to be in golf. But when you get that, then you can see there, look, I can't get to the ball. Bang, I've got to the ball, and you're square. Fairly long chat today. Thanks for sticking with it. I say there's been a few of you subscribing to the channel, so thanks very much, because anybody who does subscribe, as you know, the channel's been monetized. We have no idea how. Google has reached out and just said, look, the channel's all for ads. Ad revenue is going to Macmillan Cancer, Help the Heroes and Shelter UK. So this channel doesn't make any money. It goes all to the charities. And like I say, we'll be making a great deal. £7.50 I think was the last month. But anything that we can do to promote and help golfers, that's really what the channel's about, because everyone has a love of golf and everyone loves playing golf. Obviously, when you play badly, you get frustrated. You think about putting the clubs away, you think about giving up golf. But like Marcus Bell tries to explain when he gives lessons, you've got to have the thing working for you, because you've only got that time to actually swing. So you're going to have plenty of time to think and visualise the shot. But once you walk in, from the moment you start walking in with a golf club, you've got no time, and it needs to all be done before you get there, right? And then from there, it's automatic. So, wow, that's 15 minutes, but listen, it's going to help you and it's going to help your game. So thanks very much for watching.